The dark web, a vast and shadowy underbelly of the internet, is a place where anonymity reigns and illicit activities thrive. It's a realm that many fear to tread, yet curiosity often leads individuals to explore its hidden corners. Today, we dive into the unseen dangers lurking within this digital maze, sharing chilling stories that serve as cautionary tales about the risks associated with venturing into the dark web. Imagine a world where your identity can be obscured, where your actions can be hidden behind layers of encryption and anonymity. This is the reality of the dark web, a section of the internet that is not indexed by traditional search engines. Here, users can interact without revealing their identities, which has given rise to both intriguing communities and terrifying threats. One of the most notorious features of the dark web is the marketplace. These marketplaces operate similarly to e-commerce websites but deal in illegal goods and services. From drugs and weapons to stolen data and counterfeit currencies, anything can be found if you know where to look. One story that stands out is that of a young man named Jake. He was a tech-savvy individual who became curious about the dark web after hearing stories from friends. Initially, his intent was to explore the underground culture and perhaps purchase some digital tools for his budding programming career. Jake stumbled upon a marketplace that advertised hacking services. The allure of being able to hack into any system to take control of someone else's digital life was intoxicating. He made a small purchase, believing he could play around with his own systems to learn more. What he didn't realize was that the hacker he hired had malicious intentions. Instead of just accessing Jake's systems, the hacker turned the tables, infiltrating Jake's personal data and leaking sensitive information online. The repercussions were dire. His online accounts were compromised, leading to identity theft and a financial nightmare that took years to resolve. This is just one example of how curiosity can quickly turn into danger. It's easy to underestimate the potential consequences of engaging with the dark web, especially when one feels invincible behind a computer screen. As we delve deeper into these stories, it becomes clear that the dark web is not just about illegal transactions. It also serves as a platform for deeper psychological games. Take the story of a group of individuals who formed a community within the dark web, sharing their darkest secrets and fantasies. They believed they were safe, sharing everything from personal experiences to graphic content without fear of judgment. However, one of the members, who had been anonymously posting for months, was not who he claimed to be. Underneath the guise of anonymity, he was a predator luring vulnerable individuals into dangerous situations. His charm and understanding masked the reality of his intentions. This story highlights the often overlooked danger of online interactions, how anonymity can embolden the worst in people. It reminds us that predators exist everywhere, and the dark web can provide them with the perfect cover. The tales of manipulation and deceit don't stop there. There's another story that revolves around a woman named Sarah who was seeking help for her mental health issues on a dark web forum. She found a community that appeared to offer support and understanding. However, as she engaged more deeply, she found that the group had ulterior motives. They were not there to help her. Instead, they were part of a sinister scheme to recruit members for a dangerous cult-like group. This experience left Sarah trapped in a web of psychological manipulation. She had entered seeking solace, but instead found herself in an environment that preyed on her vulnerabilities. Fortunately, she managed to escape, but not without leaving scars that would take years to heal. This story serves as a stark reminder that the dark web can harbor communities that are far from supportive. Instead of finding camaraderie, individuals may find themselves ensnared in harmful dynamics that can have lasting effects on their lives. One cannot talk about the dark web without mentioning the infamous Silk Road, a marketplace that changed the landscape of illegal online transactions. Founded in 2011, it became synonymous with the dark web and was a hub for buying and selling illegal drugs. The story of its rise and fall is both fascinating and frightening. Silk Road operated under the principle of anonymity through Bitcoin transactions, allowing users to purchase drugs and other illegal goods without revealing their identities. However, the story took a dark turn when law enforcement agencies began to close in. The site's creator, Ross Ulbricht, was eventually captured, and his trial revealed the extreme lengths to which users would go to protect their anonymity. In one instance, a user hired a hitman through the dark web to eliminate someone who they believed posed a threat to their business. This story serves as a chilling reminder of how the dark web can transform individuals, leading them down paths they never intended to take. The allure of anonymity can breed a culture of violence and crime that leaves devastating consequences in its wake. The dangers of the dark web are not solely limited to illegal activities. there are also psychological traps that can ensnare unsuspecting individuals. Consider the story of a man named Tom who was drawn to a forum that promised to teach users how to become successful hackers. What began as an innocent interest quickly spiraled into obsession. Tom became immersed in the community, spending countless hours learning malicious techniques and sharing disturbing content about hacking into systems. As time passed, Tom's moral compass began to erode. The dark web had changed him, turning a curious individual into someone consumed by the desire to exploit and harm others. His story is a cautionary tale about how easily one can be swept away by the dark allure of the online world. It illustrates the importance of being mindful of the communities we engage with and the potential influence they can have on our behavior. Another harrowing tale involves a young girl named Emily, who was just 16 when she first ventured onto the dark web. She was searching for validation and acceptance, hoping to connect with others who understood her struggles. Unfortunately, she found herself in a chat room filled with individuals who encouraged risky behaviors, including self-harm and substance abuse. The chat room took a turn for the worse when a user suggested they meet in person. Emily, desperate for connection, agreed. This decision led to a terrifying encounter that could have ended tragically. Thankfully, she was able to escape, but the experience left her traumatized. Her story emphasizes the importance of recognizing the dangers of seeking validation in harmful places. The dark web can amplify vulnerabilities, leading individuals into dangerous situations that could have dire consequences. As we reflect on these stories, it becomes evident that the dark web is not just a playground for illicit activities. It is a complex web of psychological manipulation, criminal enterprises, and moral dilemmas. It's a place where anonymity can lead to both liberation and destruction. The narratives we've explored today serve as warnings, urging caution to anyone tempted to explore the hidden corners of the internet. For those who choose to venture into the dark web, it's essential to proceed with extreme caution. Understanding the potential dangers and being aware of the psychological, emotional, and legal implications can help individuals navigate this treacherous landscape. The dark web is a reflection of society's complexities, showcasing the best and worst of human nature. As we continue to expand our digital footprints, we must remain vigilant, recognizing that the unseen dangers lurking in the shadows can have real-world consequences. Before you go, remember that knowledge is power. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and always prioritize your safety, both online and offline. If you found these stories intriguing, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video. Your support helps us continue to explore and shed light on the unseen dangers that exist in our digital world. Thank you for watching and stay safe out there.